They told you to be kind, to be agreeable, to nod your head when you wanted to roar. And maybe you listened, maybe you buried your fangs so deep beneath fake smiles that you almost convinced yourself you didn't have any left. But deep down, you know that's a lie. There's a part of you that's tired of playing nice in a world built for wolves. A part of you that's done being the obedient prey grazing in someone else's field, waiting to be slaughtered by sharper minds, colder hands. Machiavelli knew this truth centuries ago. If you are not feared, you are nothing. If you don't understand how power moves through shadows, you'll die under the boots of men who do. They'll smile at your face while sharpening blades for your back. And you'll call them friend. So tonight you'll remember what you buried. Let me show you how to resurrect the predator inside you. Not with brute force, but with the invisible strings that bend weaker souls to your will. First, never trust appearances. The smiling face, the sweet voice, these are disguises. Watch the hands instead. Who do they shake? Who do they feed? Who do they avoid? The truth lives in the shadows between words. Machiavelli said it best: people will praise virtue, but they only bow to advantage. So ask yourself, what advantage do you hold? If your answer is none, you're already preyed out. I'll tell you a story you weren't meant to hear, of a young prince who rose not because he was noble, but because he was ruthless enough to wear nobility as a mask. Cesare Borgia, the man Machiavelli called the perfect prince, didn't conquer by sword alone. He conquered by pretending to be exactly what each man needed him to be: a friend, a liberator, a saint. And when the doors were opened, when the banquet was served, that's when the knives came out. Learn this: manipulation is not evil. It's survival for those who refuse to die polite. The first law you must burn into your mind: never show all your hunger. Smile like you're satisfied. Hide your thirst for more behind calm eyes. While they sleep, you hunt. Second, understand the art of calculated cruelty. Mercy has a cost. Too much mercy, and the jackals gather at your feet, mistaking your kindness for softness. A wise predator punishes only once, but makes the lesson echo for generations. One strike. One display of what happens when your boundaries are crossed. And then silence. They will write your story for you. Don't cross him, don't test her, they're not like the rest. If you don't have this edge yet, don't worry. You will. Because the truth is, you were never meant to be tame. The world did that to you. School did. Parents did. Bad bosses did. They clipped your claws and dressed you in sheep's wool. But every scar you carry? That's your proof you were born for more. Keep listening. Because once you see what's behind the mask, there's no turning back. Look around you. Notice how the room shifts when a silent, confident man enters. Notice how a woman with secrets in her eyes bends the will of people twice her size. Power does not shout, it hums like a storm before it breaks. And you're about to learn how to summon that storm on command. Here's the second forbidden truth no one dared tattoo on your skin. Most people are desperate to be ruled. They crave a leader, someone who tells them where to stand, how to breathe, what to fear. Machiavelli saw it in kings and peasants alike, this soft spot in the human mind that aches to hand over its freedom. Because freedom is heavy. Freedom demands responsibility. And the average mind will trade it for comfort the moment you offer it. Give them comfort. Give them certainty. And while they sleep under the warm blanket of your words, you own their next move. You see it in politics, in business, in love. The strong do not beg to be liked, they craft an image that feeds people's illusions. The boss who never raises his voice but makes the whole room hold its breath when he enters. The lover who makes you feel like no one else exists, then vanishes just long enough for you to crave them like air. Power is not loud. Power is withdrawal, mystery, the sweet poison of partial attention. Think of Steve Jobs. The reality distortion field, they called it. He didn't sell computers. He sold visions. He made grown engineers work 70-hour weeks because they believed they were reshaping the world. That's the second edge of the blade. When you make people believe, you never have to force them to obey. They'll chain themselves for you, and you Yes, you've done it too. Remember the time you pretended not to care? The time you held back a text, a call, a confession, and suddenly the other side leaned in closer, desperate to unlock your silence? That's not accidental. That's power. You tasted it once, but you dropped it because you thought it was manipulative. You thought you were supposed to be an open book. Books are read. Books are used. Don't be a book. Be a locked vault. The third truth: when you walk into any room, assume everyone wants something. Not everyone wants it from you, but they want status, safety, validation, money, love. Fear is their fuel. Your job is to see the want before they speak. Observe. Listen. Say less. Let silence squeeze the truth out of them. They'll reveal themselves in the smallest cracks: a flicker in the eyes, a nervous laugh, a story that leaks envy when they praise you. And once you know what they want, you hold the strings. Pull gently. Never too much. Give them just enough to feel alive, but never so much they feel full. A full man has no hunger. And a man with no hunger cannot be led. Keep this in your blood: the world bends for those who master illusion. Not lies, illusions. The difference? Lies break when touched by truth. Illusions become the truth because enough people want to believe them. The throne you build in their minds is stronger than any crown you place on your own head. Remember this, because you're about to step deeper into the shadows. You're about to learn how the final mask is built. Do you feel it now? That whisper in your bones that says you've been living too small? Good. Let it burn. Because what you're about to hear will demand that you kill the old self, the docile one, the one who waited for permission to take up space. Here's the next blade Machiavelli forged in secret. Sometimes the greatest power move is to vanish. Silence is not weakness, it's the deadliest camouflage. When they think you're gone, they relax. When they relax, they expose the openings. The predator feeds not when prey is alert, but when prey believes the night is safe. You want to command a room? Leave it first. Withdraw your energy. Be missed. Be questioned. Let them gossip about where you went, why you're silent, what you're plotting. Mystery is a leash stronger than any spoken threat. Never let them taste all of you. Keep the best part just out of reach. Think about the ones you couldn't forget. The lover who didn't reply, the boss who didn't explain, the leader who didn't justify. They live in your head because they didn't hand you closure. Understand this: closure is mercy, and mercy is earned, not owed. This is how kings stay kings. They master distance. They know when to touch, when to disappear, when to strike. Remember the predator? He does not roar every night. He waits in the grass until the right heartbeat skips. Then he pounces. You must learn this rhythm: tension and release, presence and absence, the pulse of power. Now, here's the wound they never wanted you to heal. All your life they told you to explain yourself, to prove yourself, to soften your edges so you'd fit into their fragile world. But listen to me now: the final mask is no mask at all. It is the face you reclaim when you stop apologizing for your hunger. The day you stop explaining, you become untouchable. You stop wasting energy on the ones who can't see the vision. You conserve your fire for building empires, not burning bridges that lead nowhere. Look around you. Do you see leaders explaining? Do you see wolves apologizing for hunting? No. The universe doesn't beg for approval, it devours. It expands. And so must you. This is the transformation you came for. You're no longer the polite sheep waiting for slaughter. You're no longer the soft voice in the corner, hoping to be chosen. You are now the one who writes the script. The one who pulls the strings. The one who decides who eats and who starves. Feel it, right now, in your chest. This is the moment the old chains fall. This is the moment you understand you never needed permission. You only needed the courage to stop asking for it.so. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them say you've changed, because you have. And that's the point.so. Here you are, on the edge of a truth you can't unlearn. Everything you were told to be, obedient, predictable, harmless, was a costume sewn by those who feared what you might become if you ever dared to peel it off. Now you stand naked in the mirror of your own mind, staring at what was always there, the part of you that refuses to bow. The part that does not beg to be seen, it makes itself impossible to ignore. Listen closely, because here is your final forbidden truth: power is not taken. It's given. By people too afraid to hold it for themselves. The crowd needs a lion so they can feel safe behind the illusion that someone else is in control. They hand you the crown because deep down, they can't handle the weight of wearing it. This is why Machiavelli's words echo across centuries, because the game never changed. Empires rise and fall, tyrants come and go, but the masses always search for a shepherd, even if the shepherd wears wolf's teeth beneath his cloak. So step forward. Be that wolf. But be more, be the architect of your own myth. Let them call you cold, cunning, ruthless. Let them curse your name while secretly ending your freedom. For they will never say it out loud, but they wish they had your nerve. They wish they could wake up one day and tear off the mask too. Most never will. That's why you're not like them. You won't be the one left behind, explaining your life to people who don't deserve the story. You'll be too busy crafting it, rewriting it, bending reality to match your will. Because the ultimate Machiavellian rule isn't just about conquering others, it's about never letting them conquer you again. It's about seeing how easily the world can be manipulated, then refusing to be its puppet. You are both the chessboard and the player. You make the rules. You break them when you wish, and when they ask why you're so calm, so unbothered, so dangerous, you won't explain. You'll smile. Because the moment you start explaining, you slip back into the cage they built for you. Silence is your fortress now. Mystery is your armor. Strategy is your sword. So breathe it in, the power, the edge, the sweet taste of your own unleashed mind. This is what they were afraid you'd find. This is what they prayed you'd never remember. But now you do. And if you're ready to wield it fully, don't just sit there. Prove you're not like the rest. Share this truth. Drop a comment below that only another wolf would understand. Subscribe, because I promise you this: the next secret I bring you will be darker, sharper, and you will be ready to swallow it whole. And when the world tries to put the muzzle back on you, remember, you were never their pet. You were the storm waiting behind the locked door. Stay hidden. Stay ruthless. Stay free. Until next time, watch the shadows.